didn't see him.
Yeah. It was actually very realistic. I thought, like, usually you print these things on the very bad quality, but it
Yeah.
was very good. Like, okay, I can start
How
We
would
putting
you
those
know?
ordered
in,
You
in the
weren't
on
there.
meetings.
Amazon.
I don't want to be it.
Hey, Liz.
Hi, Liz.
Hey, Liz.
Hey, sorry, sending off last minute emails.
Yeah, guys. Okay, so we're done. For whatever reason, YouTube asked me to verify some stuff before we go live on YouTube. So we're officially live on YouTube. We're 2 minutes late. I'm never late, but anyways, no, 2 minutes is not that much. So we guys are ready to start with the best hack series ever. I've done a few woman founder webinars. They're all crazy, all good in a very good way. So we're gonna do the best hack series now. That's everybody's saying. So we need to prove them that they're correct. So I'm gonna share my screen, tell more about the event, and then we can start with the great hack. So let me share my screen. So do you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, got it.
Okay, guys. So you see now, I'm an old guy, even though I'm not that old. I always put a reminder for myself, YouTube live, because once I forgot that. So put reminders. Okay, guys. So today we're having our second hack series of the year. I've been planning this one since the beginning when we started those last year. So it's a 10 by 5 Amazon Woman All-Star Hack Series webinar. So what we're gonna have? 15 speakers. You can see 3 of those are guys, but those guys are sponsors. So they got behind. I know they're not officially invited. They just kind of sneaked in. So no worry about them. They're not
Hijack.
gonna win. It's guaranteed. So what we're gonna do today? Hijack, yeah, because
Oh,
Vincenzo
women
won
supposed
twice
to be
already.
sponsored
I
by
don't think he's
men.
gonna win.
Yes, there you go.
Exactly. I mean, it's not very like political correct that anymore. But anyways, let's just keep it. I don't want to ask lady to pay money, at least for my
I'll have you
webinar.
know
So
that my wife owns 50% of my business, which means she owns 100% of my business. So
yeah, I mean, same with me. No, I'm not even pretending. She owns anything. I just kind of I have my dugout here so I can do my stuff and have fun. I don't do it for the money. So, but enough distraction. So this is our cool stuff of like founders like Larisa Herbai from Intellirank, 𝗀𝗵𝗵𝗶 from Amazing Wave, Isabel Rees from Rich Momentum, Amy Weiss from Amazing at Home, Leslie Hensel from Riverbend Consulting, Neha Bhuchar from Atom 11, Liz Downing. Liz Downing, man, I forgot your new company. I apologize.
Oxford.
Okay,
Oxford Consulting.
Okay, so Anna Davidson, she's a close partner mining consultant for a long time. Shivali Patel from Helium 10, Megwa Bhardwaj from India Sourcing Network, Ritu Java from PPC Ninja, Elizabeth Green from 𝗀𝗻𝗀, Dan and Coleman from Ecom Trash, my super cool and close friend Vincenzo Toscano from 𝗊𝗵𝗂 and Bridge the 𝗵𝗰𝗙 from 𝗬𝗪. So those are our speakers today. But before we start, I'm gonna tell who am I. No, I'm the nice guy with the picture. This is my favorite picture. We took that at my favorite beach from my kids. So I'm the co-founder of Extreme Power Brands and Scale. I am a partner manager at hellotax and a partnership advisor of 40 plus companies in the e-commerce space. We simply help companies to grow through partnerships without paying any money, zero paid marketing. I'm a webinar host. I've hosted over 300 webinars. And to be honest, this is probably the most fun thing that I do. And right now we just do it on a bigger scale, more speakers with more value at the same time. And the last but not the least, I've been fully remote since 2010, long before it was cool. I spend the summer on my beach spot and the winter or the rest of the year wherever my wife tells me. I don't care. So let me give a shout out to our sponsors today. So the main sponsor is hellotax, or the so-called expansion to you blueprint by hellotax. What we do here, we help companies to expand to Europe because right now with the tariffs we have huge demand because just it's much better to actually go to Europe, even though it's a small market. But when I say small, we're talking about 100 billions compared to the 400 billions on Amazon USA. So what we do, we can take your brand, we can tell if there's an opportunity for your business. Then we do an audit and we tell how much money you can make. Then we outline a blueprint about all the necessary steps about your successful expansion. We're going to take care of the VAT compliance, which is sales taxes, product compliance to legally sell in Europe, logistics, localization, and translation. So we don't do any of the marketing or the growth. We have partners like Bridge, 𝗊𝗵𝗃 and Vincenzo and other guys who are some of the founders who can help out with that. And of course, to make it easier for you, we're giving away 300 per brand in discounts from our partners. So we just need to make the first step. Send us your Amazon store and we're gonna tell you if Europe is a good market for you. And here are our next partners. So 𝗊𝗵𝗃, my close friend Vincenzo Scamo, now they have a special offer for the Tech 10x Amazon Hack Series. They can help you scale your brand and drive real growth on Amazon, Walmart, TikTok with strategic scaling and innovation. You can scan their QR code and you can get 25% off for the first 3 months with them. So I strongly recommend to get in touch because Vincenzo is also helping out with the expansion to Europe and other markets. Our second partner today is Bridge from Seller Drive Global. They're a marketing partner. They're your partner for marketing and creativity. They're a full-service digital commerce agency specializing in empowering brands to thrive across multiple platforms, including Amazon, Shopify, Walmart, and TikTok. You can get 50% discount for their new to Amazon service. So get started with them about your Amazon journey, be a new and a dominant seller. Again, you can scan the QR code to claim that. We go to our next partner because no expansion in Europe is complete without a logistic partner. So here is our next sponsor, Cross Border Logistics. They're one of the partners who are helping us expand brands to Europe. So what they do, they help you ship your products to UK and the EU marketplaces with their logistics. And here is the giveaway, the special offer. You can save 10% on international shipping or around like 200 British pounds. And here you can scan the QR code and you can claim that. And then we go to our next partner, another close partner of mine, and a very cool guy. We've known each other across multiple companies, and now he has his own company, and he's doing some of the cool stuff that a lot of sellers have no clue about. They help you to turn negative reviews into growth with their company e-com triage. So what they do, remove negative product reviews that violate TOS. They help you monitor your catalog and detect critical issues. So again, you can scan the QR code and you can claim the special offer. No onboarding fee, you only pay for success. So I strongly recommend to that if you have never done it before. And the last but not the least is one of my companies, ecom Help Solve. This is our newsletter, which goes out to over 30,000 e-commerce sellers weekly. Some of you guys are probably subscribers, so you know our Snoop style that we write our newsletters, like it a lot. And we're giving away the prize for the person who is gonna win the hack series. So the best hack is gonna get a 1 month free sponsorship in our newsletter, which is worth $2,000. And now let's go to the most important part of the webinar, which is our speaker. So here is the flow for today. First, hacks are going to be shared by our sponsor. So first, Vincenzo Toscano is going to talk about DSP domination, retargeting external traffic for maximum Amazon conversions. Then Bridge and his wife Sonal are going to talk about how to twist the list, Amazon listing hacks, the art of catalog twisting for more sales. Number 3, Dana and Coleman, the 3-step process for requesting review removal. Number 4, one of my few partners from Bulgaria. I hope that you're feeling well, Joe. I hope the hack series with some fun are gonna help you crush the fool. And she's gonna talk about 3 AI image tools to transform your product images in seconds. Number 5 is Isabel Ritz. She has one of the best newsletters in the space, so make sure to subscribe to her newsletter. She is gonna talk about a 1 million Amazon product launch without PPC. Okay, I like anything without PPC and paid marketing. Number 6, Liz Downing. Vet your service products like you'd vet your babysitter. I like the title a lot. Number 7, Elizabeth Green. How to find out if your sponsored display, VCR, CPM sales are fake. Mego is going to talk about how to negotiate lower prices with your sourcing from India, because everybody know you make the profit not when you buy, not when you sell, but when you buy. So that's super important. Neha is going to talk about her hack is a free hack to find max CPC for each product. That's a very cool hack as well. Number 10, Leslie Hensel. It's coming from inside the house, securing your Amazon account in 2025. Number 11, Anna Davidson, using AI for finding profitable products. Number 12, Amy Weiss, how to hire the face of your brand and save tons of money on influencers. Number 13, the fatal number, Ritu Java, Amazon autocomplete magic. Number 14, Larisa Herbai, boosting PPC ROI, optimize wall converting keywords in minutes. And the last but not the least, Shivali Patel, profitable data-driven strategies for woman servers. So guys, we're ready to start. This is how we're gonna do it. Each speaker is gonna have like 30 seconds, 1 minute to make an introduction about themselves. Then we start the clock and you have 5 minutes to share the hack. Some people have shared 2 hacks. So it's up to you guys, and then I'm gonna give you like I'm gonna warn you when you have 1 minute left. And then once it's done, this is for all the attendees. If you like any of the hacks, you just write down the number and then you can vote it then. Once all the hacks are shared, you're gonna have 5 minutes to vote. Once the vote is done, we're gonna announce the winner. So let's start it. Vincenzo, I really hope that you don't win this time, man. I shouldn't be saying that, but
Okay, that's good.
I'm gonna
try my best.
I'm gonna fix the poll after I'm from Eastern Europe. We're very good in doing this stuff, unfortunately.
Good, let's do it.
Okay, man. Let me know when
Thank
you're
you,
ready.
man.
I'm gonna start the clock.
Yes, I'm ready. You can see my screen, right?
It's your screen.
Good. Also, I'm gonna start very quickly with the intro, as you said, and then we start with the hack, right? It's 5
Okay.
minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So, hello guys. First of all, pleasure to be here. And once again, Nick, thank you so much for the opportunity. As usual, I always enjoy being here at your events. It's usually a ton of fun, and for me, it's always a pleasure to be able to share my wisdom with your community, and hopefully help a few Amazon sellers, navigate their journey when it comes to scaling their brand. So, very quick about myself. So, my name is Vincenzo Toscano, founder and CEO of 𝗵𝗰𝗀𝗃. Come from a background from aerospace engineering, jump into as a seller on Amazon. From the success, open my agency 𝗵𝗰𝗀𝗃, where effectively today we have helped over 1,000 brands, a team of over 60 experts right now. We do everything in-house when it comes to full account management on Amazon, Walmart, and TikTok, PPC, DSP, brand creative, international expansion, everything under the roof to successfully scale your brand. And just to give you some figures in terms of what we manage, over 100 million in revenue managed and over 20 million in ad spend when it comes to PPC. So we have done a lot of things when it comes to understanding, what are the things that drive our decision making, especially on things that have to do with DSP, which is what I'm going to be speaking today. So we can start with the hack now. So the hack is effectively how we can use DSP to make full usage of the external traffic that we send to Amazon. A lot of people, when it comes to Amazon, are putting a ton of effort when it comes to using influencer marketing, email marketing, blogs, and things along those lines. A lot of people are using attribution links, which is something everybody should be using. Attribution gives you the opportunity to track where the traffic is coming from, but most people, effectively, after creating the links, they do nothing else after that. And that's a huge waste, because that's data that if you're not using those attribution links with something such as Pixelmail, it's effectively data that you cannot re-engage with the specific client that's coming from outside of Amazon to Amazon. So now what you can do with DSP, combining that with Amazon Marketing Cloud, you can effectively create audiences that effectively understand what is the type of customer coming from these attribution links, create an audience, and from those audiences you can re-engage with them. And now the power is that a lot of times when you bring this traffic from outside of Amazon to Amazon, that traffic dies. But now with the implementation of DSP, you can re-engage with them and effectively maximize that investment you're doing outside of Amazon. So usually some of the things that we do is create audiences that try to look back into terms of windows of interaction with your product. So if effectively a quick example would be people that come from outside of Amazon, they land on your listing through an attribution link, they don't engage in terms of converting to a purchase. After 7 days, after 14 days, we try to re-engage with them, and depending on the behavior that they have throughout the funnel, which is something that we can extensively track with Amazon Marketing Cloud, we can then effectively personalize the kind of creative and ads that they see on and off Amazon to effectively try to make sure that they become a loyal fan or a customer of our brand and keep engaging and increasing the lifetime value. Usually one of the things I try to aim when it comes to this kind of strategy, for me, really success when it comes to a DSP is new to brand, because I know today with DSP you're trying to tap into audiences that you're not able to tap with traditional advertising, and that's really what you need to be aiming when it comes to running this kind of strategies. Because if your goal is pure profitability, most likely DSP is not going to be the right tool for you, because DSP is actually to increase your awareness, convert that awareness into customers that start buying your product, especially if your pros have a recurrent purchase behavior, increase the lifetime value, and therefore increase the profitability in the long term of your brand. So some of the things that is very important when you guys do this with this hack is that you need to start segmentating the data, because what you're gonna find once you start effectively re-engaging with your audience from outside of Amazon to Amazon, you need to figure out what is the audience that behave the best. And this is where Amazon Marketing Cloud is gonna be your best friend, because in here you're gonna try to figure out what is the ideal avatar that spend the most money with you and becomes the keeps the highest engagement when it comes to purchasing with you. So this comes down to understanding their age, their gender, how much money they make, even location, lifestyle, everything that has to do with the behavior, that then you can reverse engineer not only from the perspective of re-engaging with them from a DSP perspective, but you can use those insights as well to optimize your lists and your images and really make sure that the whole experience is as personalized as possible, which is usually what is going to make sure the conversion stays the highest. Here are some tips of how you're going to do usually this strategy. So once you start driving the traffic, of course, one of the things you want to make sure is you maximize the audiences that are giving you the highest new to brand metrics, because that means those are customers that wouldn't discover your brand otherwise, and they're converting into a sale thanks to DSP and that re-engagement that you're doing. And then the other thing you want to make sure is have frequency caps. So usually you want to avoid if an ad is shown more than 3 to 4 times, you avoid that being shown multiple times, so you avoid fatigue. And usually the window look back is usually where the potential really start to shine, because if you start being very proactive of understanding how many days usually takes a person to convey that decision of making a purchase of not, that's where you can decide 7 days, 14 days. This is very heavily tied to specifically your audience. And the final part is the
Vincenzo, 1
personalization.
minute left.
Thank you. And with the personalization, here you can go very clever in the sense that once you get all the insights from Amazon Marketing Cloud, you can use something such as ChatGPT that based on the specific metrics of this avatar, you can personalize the image and the message to convey the emotion that you need to reflect on those creatives and message to maximize the conversion to DSP. So the metrics new to brands is the one that definitely go for, but again, there are metrics that you can try to of course also track, such as return on the ROAS. And the other thing that's going to be very important is conversion. Conversion is going to be the most important one when it comes to really understanding if the creatives that you have put on your DSP are actually personalized or not to convey the right message to your consumer. So takeaways: user attribution, create audiences, re-engage with them, track KPIs, and make sure they're targeting effectively the outcome that you want, and just keep scaling from there. So that's the hack. Thank you so much. Feel free to scan the QR code here if you want some support from us when it comes to implementing this on your brand. And thank you, Nick. I hope
Thanks,
I don't win again.
Vincenzo. Yeah, 5 minutes, no overtime, no overtime.
Good.
Yeah, Vincenzo is Italian now. I'm not. You guys probably don't follow Italian football, but the Italians recently they only qualify for championships if they win. Same with Vincenzo. He doesn't.
There you go.
He doesn't
Way to
go
go big
anywhere.
or go home, you know?
Exactly. Okay, now guys, now
Thank you,
this
man.
is number one, Vincenzo Toscano. So even if you like his hack, he's a guy, so he shouldn't be win today. But anyways, if you like him too much, you can vote for him. So now we go to number 2. So again, Vincenzo Toscano number 1. Write down the number and you can vote for him at the end. So now we go to the next hack, and this is our couple today, Bridge and Sunal, the 𝗵𝗰𝗍. They're the co-founders of 𝗬𝗪. So guys, please introduce yourself. Tell us more about what you do, and once you're ready, let me know, and I'm gonna turn on the clock, and you can share the hack. Bridge, so now can you hear us?
Yes, 1 minute, please.
Okay, guys. So it's your turn. Tell us more about you. You can see, guy, who is the boss now. So now he's fixing everything. Bridge is watching. And nobody's laughing. You guys are very serious. I mean, it shouldn't be that serious. We need to have more fun.
We're all on mute.
Why? I mean, yeah, it should be like my WhatsApp group. I mean, I'm not putting any hard rules. I mean, you can unmute yourself, you can laugh, you can do a fake laugh, if you want to.
Can you show us a fake laugh just so that we know what it sounds like?
Yeah, I don't know. I only laugh, do real laughs. I don't know how is the fake laugh.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, that was a good one, Denan. Okay, guys, we see your screen. We see
Okay.
your screen. Okay. So
Right.
tell us more about you guys, and then once you're ready, I can start the clock and you can share the hack. So
Okay, hi, this is Bridge and Sonal. We run agency Seller Drive Global. We are a full service agency who supports in Amazon platform, Shopify, Walmart, and recently in the TikTok also. And we are here to present one hack, which we call it Art of Catalog, because we personally believe all those effort which normally as a sellers we do, or everyone does in fact, to send the traffic or invest money and sending the traffic to the product detail page, I believe. And then there's a very important phase where that buyer journey believes. So we want that to be perfect so that you and even no buyers can lose any conversions. So that's where we say twist the list in a manner so that you can get the most sales. That's the whole objective here for this hack. So not so.
okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, guys, you ready?
Yes.
Yeah, ready?
Okay. Let's start. Turn on the timer.
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
basically we'll be talking about catalog twisting, and that involves like how we can enhance the shopping experience and we can club all the variations and options for the user, for the buyer who is looking at the product detail pages. I'll just give you a small brief about it and then we can discuss how it affects the sales. Now, these are the twisting attributes, as you must be knowing, like we can vary it towards color, size, and style, like fashion items, footwear, accessories, etc. Then we have size and quantities, like consumables and supplements. Then we have color and quantities, like electronics and home decor, style, material, and color, like apparel, home decor, and computer accessories. Then we can have like up to 3 layers of variations, like the t-shirts with different colors, or 2 layer of size and color, or the 3 layers of multiple colors, sizes, and designs. Now this is a normal twisted product listing that looks like. Now the major components, as we all know, is there has to be a parent, a child, and the variation theme. Now this is really very important. Like the variation theme solely, solely like is the major reason like we are twisting those variations. Now let's get started. Okay, there are 2 methods that we will be following. The first method is a flat file creation, which is always preferred because it is like very straight and it doesn't matter the parent is parent exists or not. So we do that thing. So the product type should be same. The SKU should be added. The brand name should be same. The variation should be added. The theme model number should be identical. The theme should be unique, and please make sure like your FBA and FBM both SKUs are added in case like you have some stock issues. The second procedure is doing it manually. It only exists if you have a parent ASIN. So it has to be an existing parent. That is the mandatory criteria. Otherwise, we'll prefer the flat file creation. So you need to go to the variation, enter the style, and add the required details of the themes like style or SKU and pricing, and just save and finish. Okay, so as you can see, what we have done is before this is the case study we have done. This is a ceramic jar with a lid, and initially the BSR of this was 862,000. The ratings were 6 and variations were 0. Now we clubbed the similar variations. After it was like 79,774. Ratings were 569 and the variations were 11. So it's very, very effective. From 0 rating, it went up to 569 ratings. But yes, it is a tricky process. As you must be knowing, I was just searching the internet and they were saying like it's difficult. Yes, it is difficult. But if you're going through as per the Amazon policy and the basic methods or the hacks that we'll be sharing, it is really very wonderful. And you start getting visibility from, day one. So now these two slides are really very important. The first thing is the category restrictions. So not all the categories allow these variation listings. So we need to check which are allowing and which are not. And if not, then we need certain approval from Amazon. You need to connect with support. Then again, there is a limitations of 3-layer variation. It is not available with all of it. So we can, like for example, in clothing and accessories, it only permits. Then we have category consistency. This is really very important. You need to be sure like the category should be similar. If you are clubbing, you cannot club two different categories together. It's like violation of the policy, or ASIN will be suppressed. So you need to take care about that. Then it has to be a legitimate parent-child relationship that you need to follow, like the brand name and product type and features and etc.
So now 1 minute left.
Okay, thank you. Now, this is an important slide. These are small hacks that we use, and they are really very effective. So if you do not have the variation option in any of the listings, so please use a different flat file of the product category, and it normally works. This is my favorite, which is quick category change. Like, for example, if you're doing any category change of a variation, and if it's not happening, please delete the product. Wait 24 hours to relist. Normally it works. In most of the cases, we have done that, but you need to please keep the backup. If you do not have the category report, then please download it from the inventory and category reports. And if it's not available, please connect with your support. If you have existing variations, please do not create the variation from scratch. Just copy the ASIN, check the manage inventory, add the variation, paste the child ASIN so that it can be variated. This last point is really very important. You should avoid deleting any of the old listing in terms of child, because they already have the value, they have the reviews, they have the ratings, and they have good visibility. So we can use that, credible listing to be clubbed with other child ASINs that do not have.
So now time is up. So wrap it up, please.
I'm open.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Okay. Oh no, you can say whatever you would like to say at the end. I mean, you don't need to stop immediately. No, sorry, probably it sounded like that. Okay, guys. So that was Bridgens now from Server Drive. Now, if you like their hack, write it down, and you can vote at the end. And now we go to number 3, Denan Coleman. Now, Denan, you can do a real laugh, and you can share your hack. Tell
Thanks.
us more about yourself, and once you're ready, let me know, and I'm gonna turn on the clock. And one question for everybody. One of the tenants was complaining that the volume is too low. Do you guys hear well? Because I was hearing everybody very well, so I'm not sure if it's.
Yeah, I heard fine. I think he was
Okay.
talking about Vincenzo when he was moving his mic around or something like that.
Okay, guys. I
Yeah.
think it was all cool. Okay, then let's go, man.
Cool.
Tell us about you, and then once ready, we can get started.
All right, sweet. So I will, let's see. I've got about me in my slideshow. Let me see. Are you seeing this full screen right now? Oh.
Just removing negative product reviews. That's what I see.
Okay.
Okay,
You
that's you.
see. Okay, good. All right. So who am I? So I'm used to being around a whole bunch of female all-stars. I have a house full of them. They all run my life in various different ways. It's unfortunately a blurry picture, but I have 3 daughters. They're 7, 4, and 2. I've been with my wife 20 years this year. Happy anniversary. Forgot to tell you that. I'm an adventurer. I love the outdoors. I ride motorcycles 4x4. That's a much younger picture of me. I'm not that skinny anymore, jumping through a waterfall, which was one of the most amazing things I've ever done. And then I like to help my fellow mankind. I in the Amazon space, if you ask people that know me, they'll tell you that I just like to help people. It doesn't really matter to me. Any way I can help you, I'm happy to help. But I also am FEMA certified for disaster response, and I help people that need help there as well. And then my experience in the space is that I started selling on Amazon in 2010. I'm still an active seller to this day. It's really actually my wife, but I get to claim that because I'm married to her. And I've been in the software space and service space for Amazon sellers since 2018, having started at Managed by Stats, which is now a Carbon6 company, which I helped broker that sale and went over there for a while. And eventually I got to the point where I decided I better start my own thing. So that's what I've done. I started 𝗕𝗃𝗦𝗧, and I'm ready for your timer.
Okay, let's go, man. Let's start.
All right, sweet. So here's the bad news is that we're going to talk about removing reviews, and it's a deeper subject than I ever would have imagined when I got started in this. But basically the bad news is that a single 1-star can basically eat up as many as somewhere between 7 and 15, but let's call it 10 5-star reviews. So another bit of bad news is that, and some of you have probably experienced this, if you go from a 4.3 star to 4.2, you lose that half star, and you'll basically lose somewhere between 25 and 50% of your sales just like that. It's not always that way, but there have been enough clients that have told me that that's what happened, that I can comfortably make that claim. So what does Amazon do about this? They say that they've stopped, in one of their own videos, they've stopped millions of fraudulent reviews that come through, but not necessarily the ones that do, obviously. So this is a legitimate message from Amazon. And what I've found is that through my client base, most of the messages, clients that get these messages, those are actually 4 or 5 star reviews that they're removing, not 1s and 2s and 3s. So here's some examples of Amazon not really doing a great job of policing the reviews. Not applicable. That's the whole review. This is like licking tub cleaner off a dirty bathtub. Product was good, shipping horrible. Tastes like butt. 2 of these reviews, by the way, the dirty bathtub and tastes like butt, I got those today and put those in there because they were such great reviews. Here's an example of a fraudulent account. You can see associations where every review is exactly the same. And you can see that they're doing it on multiples of a similar type of product. If this doesn't scream fraud, then I don't know what does. So what's the result if we're able to remove remove negative reviews? So this is somebody that was at a 4.2 rating, BSR 5170, and we're selling around 200 per month. And this is an estimate because this is from 𝗀𝗵𝗵. Once they went to a 4.3, this is exactly the same graph. I didn't get the screenshot quite right, but it's exactly the same graph. They went up down to 824 on BSR, and they are now selling around 1,000 units per month. That's practically a 5x on the sales. So there's a significant difference between a 4.2 and a 4.3 star. All right, what else can be improved? You can get increased conversion rate, increase in sessions because you're now lower in BSR, getting more sales, lower PPC cost, all that stuff. These are hard to attribute to just that one thing because you're always doing advertising and stuff like that. But all this stuff can happen. Now, I'm not here to sell you my service. I'm here to get you started on trying to do it yourself. But of course, if you want to buy, I'll be here for you. So this is what you probably know you can do. You can click the report button. I don't think it actually has ever done anything for anyone ever. You can send an email to support, and we all know that they're extraordinarily helpful. They love helping everyone so much. And then you can email 𝗀𝗵𝗵𝗧. He's just about as helpful as support, and he always replies. So go ahead and scan this QR code. This goes to a GPT. This is in beta, and I actually want all of your feedback, please, if I can get it. I'm trying to make it so that you can ask it questions about reviews. I've got every single guideline and everything I've been able to find and put it into this GPT. And then you should be able to just put in your title and body, and it'll tell you what it is and give you a template if you want it on what to send to Amazon. So there's that. This is the template if you want a screenshot or take a picture of that. This is generally the template that I use depending on the type of
then
review.
on 1 minute left.
Got it. Thank you. And then that's it. I'm done. If you are interested in having a meeting with me, scan that code there. And I've got 40 seconds for Q&A if anyone has any questions.
Thanks, Dan. And also, guys, this is number 3, Dan and Coleman. The 3-step process for requesting review removal. You guys should be requesting the free stuff for sure. So help yourself, and then the line is going to help you out. I'm tagging Jeff very often when I do posts on LinkedIn. He's never replied, which I'm surprised. But anyways, I mean, he's
super
busy
weird.
with
He's always there for me.
Yeah, with the act in the girlfriend. But anyways, let's start with the real hackers today. So now we're done with the sponsors. Thank you, guys. now we can start with the real all-star founder. So Joe, I know that you're not feeling well, but I hope you're gonna share a beta hack. So this is number 4, guys. 𝗀𝗵𝗵𝗂 free AI image tools to transform your product images in seconds. So Joe, let me know if you're ready and we can get started.
Right. I apologize for excessive coughing/sneezing, but it's just the season for it. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Excellent. I'm just going to put this into full view. See? Awesome. All right. So I'm gonna just quickly rattle through this. My name is 𝗀𝗲𝗬𝗓. I think Nick is the only person in this room who can pronounce my surname. So well done, Nick.
Yeah, I'm Bulgarian. It would be funny if
Yeah,
we cannot do that.
exactly. I have been in the marketing e-commerce space for more than 13 years now. What I'm doing right now is I help Amazon sellers and Amazon agencies learn how to use AI and implement it in their processes. I also co-host a podcast which is all about AI in e-commerce, and I also publish the AI for e-commerce newsletter, which is read by more than 13,000 subscribers to date. So if you're interested in AI, do scan that QR code. And now I'm going to start with the hacks.
Let's start then.
So my hack is really about 3 tools that you can use to sort of improve your images on your listings. So the first problem that a lot of sellers have is, let's say they have one product, but say hundreds of colors of variations, and you don't want to take pictures of all of those. There is a lovely tool called SellerPick. SellerPick is very nifty because it has actually a lot of different functions, and they have a fairly generous free version, so you can definitely go and play around without having to pay anything. So you can see, they have image retouch, background remover, and stuff like that. I think, say, Canva also has a really good tools such as this, but this one I particularly like for the color changer. So if you go on to SellerPick, you select color changer, what you can do is then upload your main image, and then the AI sort of identifies what exactly is your product. As you can see here with the t-shirt, it's like identify correctly just the t-shirt, or it's not a t-shirt, it's a pullover, sorry, temperature, is to be changed. And then you can actually even select the specific hex color number, so you can be very, very precise as to the color. And I've tested it extensively, and you can do it across very many products. Next, all right, so let's say you want to internationalize your listings, for example, to work with Nick and his awesome company, but you want to save some dollars on translating the designs or the A+ content. Well, there is a very nifty tool called Retargeting. Now, Retargeting, what it does, the AI behind it basically scans your image and is able to translate in whatever language you want the actual copy by keeping the same style of the font. So how I actually found out is the founder actually got in touch with me, and he really captured my attention because he sent me the banner of my newsletter, and then he sent me the banner with translation in Bulgarian, which is very, very cool, kind of keeping the same style. So this costs just $1 per image, so it's a really easy peasy way to do the I can't say it, to make your A+ content internationalized. Okay. All right, so third, last but not least, so you want to generate some lifestyle images which describe, let's say, the use cases or the benefits of your products, but you are actually quite rubbish at prompting Midjourney or whichever AI image generator you're using. This is actually quite a nifty little strategy to also get inspired. I love using Pinterest. Pinterest is such a great repository of beautiful images that you can get inspired with, and also inspire an AI image generator to create similar images. So here, for example, I want to create an image which is specifically for a coconut oil product. Coconut oil can be used a lot for beauty, and particularly for example, for hair masks. So then I go and I look at a good image that shows the product in action. What I do next is I just take that image, go to Midjourney, and I can upload straight ahead the image that I've lifted from Pinterest, and I can use essentially this image as a sort of a reference, and then Midjourney immediately create a range of similar images which have pretty much the same kind of styling. The cool thing
Joe, 1 minute left.
it's okay, I'm almost done. The cool thing about this is that you don't really have to know what exactly you want. You can just ask Midjourney to recreate that exact image, which, you know, if you don't have time and you want like beautiful lifestyle images for your listing, this is a really nifty little hack. And that was it. If you want to subscribe to my newsletter, scan the QR code. And if you want to get in touch with me and my camera died, you can get in touch on LinkedIn. And that was it.
Okay, thanks, Joe. That was a great hack. And again, this is number 4, everyone. Joe Lambadjieva, number 4. 3 AI image tools to transfer your product images in seconds. So write down the number of the hack if you like it. Crush the previous one if this one is better in your opinion, and then you can vote for that at the end. So now we go to number 5. Isabel reads the 1 million Amazon product launch without PPC. So Isabella, please introduce yourself, and once you're ready, let's go.
Awesome. Thank you for inviting us. I was thinking, how did I get sick? So that's all on Joe. Like thousands of miles away, with all her love, she decided to make me sick. So thank you for that.
I'm sorry.
No, that's totally fine. I'm just joking. We both are into AI. I love AI a lot, and today we'll be talking about AI as well. So my name is Isabella Reitz. I'm also Eastern European, so here's a mafia of people here, as we can all tell. I'm selling on Amazon since 2015, have my agency about product research, validation, and development. Because I was a serial entrepreneur in the past, I decided that I still want to do something outside of Amazon and e-commerce, an agency, and I launched Equestrian Business in January 25, and we are up to 60 writers as of right now, which is another proof. If there is a will, there is a way. So if you want to do something, you just have to move and take an action. So I am up to 3 businesses as of today. So if you have any questions how to run local businesses and not just AI and Amazon, feel free to reach out and ask. So that's quickly it. And I have 4 children, 3 dogs, 1 husband, and a lot of positive energy day to day. So, and I'm ready to be timed, Nick.
Okay, let's go then. It's good that you have only 1 husband. That's a good thing.
Okay.
Okay, let's start.
Yeah, so here's the bot, and I was facing a lot of issues by myself when I was launching products. And one of those was, how can I prepare my launch to make sure this actually works without relying just on PPC? Is it even doable? And we launched one of the products before the new year, and it worked, and we did 100,000 launch within a month, which is 1.2 will be probably within a year. So how you're supposed to do it? You're supposed to do a lot of emails, promotions, and a lot of other stuff that you kind of have to keep track of. And I decided to put everything in one bot/tool for you guys. And I was building it yesterday for 7.5 hours. So hopefully it's going to work and you will be able to use it for free. You will only have to pay for the PO. So it's free for use. So when you join the chat will ask you like simply, hey. So you're saying, hey. And this is the demo how it's going to work. So it will ask your name. I'll just put is to make it nice and quick. It's asking me what product I'm planning to launch, what is my retail price, and what's my 3K benefits, and what's my target customer avatar. So the first 3 definitely will be easy to answer. Let's say candle. This candle probably will cost $49. Next question, 3 benefits. I can say it will be done for you, do it yourself, modern, and hypoallergenic or giftable, right? So 3 benefits that are pretty generic. And then the next question is asking me, what is my customer avatar? How would I know what is the customer avatar except my people are, buying it as a gift, women, men. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click the link that is also being suggested to you guys if you don't know your customer avatar, and I build it for you as well. So this is where you're joining, and it's asking you, let's ready to make it happen, which means to build a customer avatar. You're saying yes. Everything is simple and easy, and it's asking me about name of my product. So I'm just saying it's a candle. I can say done, do it yourself, and primary of use, I can say it's a gift, right? So now I will be able to get in seconds my customer avatar and the range of the prices that is on the market. So what I'm doing, I'm just copy pasting it. And as you can tell, we have objections of our customer avatar, decisions, motivators, pain points, shopping behaviors, key lifestyle traits, age. So we have everything we need to continue build the system. So I just copy pasted here. So now I have, let's dive in, shall we? Influencer strategy for 1 million product launch. Based on $49 retail price, we'll need to sell approximately 20,400 units to hit $1 million target. And it tells me how many units I'm supposed to sell. Now, it tells me how many micro-influencers I have to use, given that one micro-influencer will give me about 3 sales. How many mid-tier influencers I'm supposed to use, given that each influencer will give me about 85 sales. Then high-tier influencers, how many of those? Then it tells me how many units, again, I have to sell to hit $1 million goal. And it gives me immediately the approach, the templates, how I'm supposed to approach my influencers and how I'm supposed to talk to them and what I'm supposed to do and what I'm supposed to say. And after that, it tells me how does influencer outreach sound. And if I like everything, I'm just saying next, right? It also tells you
1 minute left.
Okay, so now I'm saying next, and I move into the next one, and it builds me email funnel and it tells me how I'm building email tactics, email funnel sequence, pre-launch, launch day sequence, post-launch upsell, and it also offers me to create the whole email copy, so I can say yes, please. And then it will create me all email copy. And after it will finalize me all email copy. Of course, you can always tweak everything. It's email 1, email 2. Keep in mind, this is in a very strong language. So you will not find something super generic. And if you will, you can always ask to make it stronger, right? Then email 3, when it's launched, then it's generally speaking, all the sequence for you is lined up and it's primed specifically to do that. And then I'm clicking next again. It will line up for me Facebook ads, and it will line up for me landing page strategy copy with the details, everything I'm supposed to have there. I can click next again. And then it will be Facebook ads with the call to the actions. You can ask to create for you more copies. You click in next again. Everything you're supposed to do is just next. Viral AI strategy. So this is how you're going to do the reels.
Isabella, time is up.
Okay, so and that's pretty much it. So if you guys want to get access to that, just go to my WhatsApp chat and I will drop the link for you there, and you're free to use this tool and launch your $1 million products, where everything you're supposed to invest in just building in front of the computer the whole marketing strategy, which is very doable.
Okay, great hack, Isabel. I suspect that an email that I got from you last week was done with this tool, right? No, a very good email.
In my newsletter?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I write it myself.
Okay, write yourself. So you're better than AI then. So.
Well, I'm writing myself. I'm just proofreading with AI because
Okay,
again, foreigners supposed to proofread stuff.
Okay, good. So everyone, this is number 5, Isabel reads. Write down the number if you like it. Scratch the previous ones if this is your favorite so far. If not, wait and keep it. So again, number 5, Isabel reads 1 million Amazon product launch without PPC. Thanks again, Isabella. And now we go to number 6, Liz Downing. Vet your service providers, YQ vet your babysitter. So Liz, please introduce yourself, and once you're ready, let me know when we're gonna start the time.
Okay, hi.
I'm Liz Downing, and I'm the founder of 𝗵𝗁𝗀𝗀 Consulting, which is a relatively new consulting firm that helps service providers in the e-commerce industry figure out different marketing levers. So I'm really good at event marketing and partner marketing, but I've been in the industry since 2014, officially employed in the industry since 2016. I started at Ecom Engine. I went to 𝘂𝗍metrics. I ran the Ecom Cooperative for a while, and then I decided to hang my own shingle. I'm also on the advisory council of 𝗺Show𝗪, which is next week. I hope everybody's planning on attending that. And I was a babysitter for lots and lots of years. I don't have any kids of my own, probably because I did too much babysitting, but I am ready to present my hack, and I do not have a visual. I'm just going to talk to everybody.
Okay, let's do that. Let's start.
Okay. So when you go to vet a service provider, you can approach it like you would vet a babysitter. It's almost that important. Obviously, your business isn't as important as your children are, but you do want to take care of it. So there are a couple of things that you can do that are a little beyond the normal. Obviously, things like this, where people are presenting their thought leadership, you're watching their podcast, that's designed to bring you in. But when you're actually considering working with a service provider, you have to do certain things to make sure they've got the right kind of thought process and the right kind of system set up for you. So first, you're going to want to do like you would ask a babysitter to how you would ask them how they would handle an emergency situation, or are they certified for CPR? You're going to want to present a hypothetical business situation or problem and ask what your service provider's solution would be. That gives you really good insight into how they solve problems, and it will help you analyze their analytical skills, their creativity, and their strategic thinking. And during all that, you can ask, you can get a good idea of their communication style and see if that's a good fit for you. A lot of this is intuition, and it's your gut telling you, okay, I can work with this person. I can understand this person. This person understands me and my business needs. And then you're going to want to do some sort of small pilot. You're going to want to request a small pilot project. If a service provider is really interested in working with you and your brand, they're going to be willing to do this for you. And you can test their real world capabilities in a small way. So you're not going to want to ask for the world, but one small pilot project to see how things go is a totally reasonable thing to ask. And then you'll want to keep an eye on how adaptable they are, how they respond to your requests, and finally, you check references, right? So if you hire a babysitter, you're going to check their references. You're going to see what other people have said about them. Case studies are a great thing to examine, and you don't want a company that just has case studies. You're going to want to read those case studies and see what kind of real world solutions this company has solved. And you're going to want to look at client testimonials and reviews. And if you've got questions about those reviews, or you see something alarming, you ask that service provider about that. There are two sides to every story, and you don't want to discount somebody just because, you know, as Danon showed, lots of people leave really, really wrong reviews for really bad reasons. So you'll definitely want to take a look at reviews and ask the right questions so that you can be sure that you're trusting your business with the right person. And I don't need 5 whole minutes. That's all I have to say about that. And if you need advice and you need help and you need a network, you can contact me. My email address will be available in the replay. And another great way, extra tip, to get a sense of whether a service provider is right for you is to meet them in person. So going to industry conferences is a really great way to do that. And again, 𝗺Show𝗪 is next week. So is Shop Talk. ASGTG is tomorrow. Also tomorrow is my birthday. But that's all I have to say about that. Nick, back to you.
Thanks, Liz. Happy birthday in advance. I wish you to be safe and sound and all the other stuff. It's up to you. So thanks for sharing the hack. And again, I'm going to just mention the title of the hack. So that was number 6, Liz Downing, vet your service providers like you'd vet your babysitter. So write down the number 6 hack and you can vote for her at the end. And now we go to the next one. Thanks again, Liz. And next is again Elizabeth Green, number 7. How to find out if your sponsored display VCPM sales are fake. So Elizabeth, please intro yourself, and once you're ready, let me know and we can get started.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, sweet. It's up. So, hey, my name is Elizabeth Green, co-founder of an Amazon ads agency, hence my hack being around ads. Been knee deep in analytics, advertising for going on, I think it's about 8 years now, as an agency. And yeah, guess I'm ready. You want to start the timer?
Let's do that. We start.
Oh, oops. Okay, cool. Today, we're going to be talking about how to find out if your sponsored display VCPM sales are fake, and more importantly, how to fix it, because it's not that you can't run this ad type. You just got to know how to optimize it properly. So that's what we're going to be going over. So the first thing I want to go over is VCPM versus CPC, which, by the way, VCPM is now coming to sponsored brand ads. So you definitely want to pay attention here. So the difference, a cost per click model, very similar to Amazon advertising, you get paid every time somebody clicks on your ad. But with a pay per impression model, what you do with your bid is you say, okay, if I enter a dollar bid, 50 cents, 20 cents, whatever it is, I'm paying for 1,000 viewable impressions. Now that definition is really important because you say, okay, what constitutes an impression? This is what an impression, a viewable impression is, and this is what you're paying for, by the way, you can see here in the definition, an ad view is at least 50% of the ad should have been in the shopper's viewpoint, meaning it just has to be appearing on the screen. We don't even know if they actually interacted with it, and that viewpoint has to be visible for at least 1 second. So you can imagine a small little sponsored display ad, only 50% of it in the corner for 1 second. And that's a view, right? So that creates sort of this issue when it gets into the sales attribution. And this is really key here and why people say like, oh, sales are false on VCPM. It's not false, it's just they're calculated differently. So with a cost per click model, there's a 14-day attribution window on Amazon sponsored display ads. So if somebody clicks through to your ad and then comes back and purchases immediately or within 14 days of that click, that is going to be counted as an order and also a sale. While in a VCPM model, you're going to get a recorded sale when a shopper, quote, gets a viewable impression and then comes back and purchases within a 14-day window. And we already talked about what constitutes a viewable impression. It might be that they did interact with your ad and that drove the purchase, but possibly not. And so what you need to know is your real numbers. This is a screenshot from an audit I did. Most people don't realize that this is even going on in their account. I literally consulted with a brand who spent $20,000 on this ad type and realized when they actually looked at the real ACoS, it was 400%. Where their ad console was telling them it was 25%. So you want to know what your real numbers are. So you can see in your ad console, you're only going to get the ACoS, which is calculated off of the viewable orders and sales. But the true ACoS, if you look at only who is actually clicking through to your ad, so we know they're actually interacting with the ad and then making a purchase, so click attributed sales off of VCPM campaigns, you can see here this goes from a 12% ACoS, which again is what we're seeing in ad console, all the way up to almost like close to 700%. The difference can be astronomical. So I'm not telling you, a lot of people say like, oh my gosh, don't even run these. It's not even worth it. It is worth it if you know how to optimize it. And that's what my hack is. And that's what I'm going to show you. So we're going to talk about how do you properly analyze and optimize your VCPM campaign so you can still use this ad type without completely wasting your ad dollars. Here's how you do it. 3 steps. We're going to download a report. We're going to analyze the report, and then we're going to optimize using that report. So what we're going to be doing is one of my favorite things called bulk operations. I actually discovered this totally by accident by doing an analysis, and I was like, wait, why is this ACoS so crazy high? And I went and looked at the difference. I said, the bulk file is the only place other than the API that you will be able to get click attributed sales on a targeting level. So you want to go into your account, you go to bulk operations. I would recommend selecting a 30 to 14-day window because you want to be able to analyze.
Elizabeth, 1 minute left.
Okay, let's go through this. So that's how you download it. You can analyze the report. So you're going to look at the click attributed sales, and then you're going to look at the, this is what's in Ad Console. This is your true numbers. And so this is the most important hack on how to actually optimize it. So all you have to do is calculate your new bid based off of your true ACoS. Put your new bid into this bid column, and then put update in the operations column. And if you re-upload that inside of bulk operations, that will actually allow you to optimize the bids. Again, you're optimizing based on click attributed purchases. So understand how these work, analyze your real numbers, know what actually is going on to waste ad spend, and then make sure you're adjusting based on click attributed sales, not view sales. And then if you want to find other sneaky waste in your ad account, we offer a no obligation audit. So feel free to reach out to us on our website.
Thanks, Elizabeth. 5 minutes sharp. So we have a timer in your head, I guess. So everyone, that's number 7, Elizabeth Green. How to find out if your sponsor display 𝗵𝗰𝗵𝗻 sales are fake. Number 7, write down the number if you like the hack. And now we go to number 8, 𝗵𝗁 Bhardwaj. 𝗵𝗁, I always try to say your last name correctly. Am I finally saying it? You've been to a lot of
You're
𝗵𝗁.
very close, Nick.
Oh, okay. But that's
Almost
good.
there.
Good. Almost. So that's 𝗵𝗁. Number 8, hack to negotiate lower prices without sourcing from India. So thanks again, Elizabeth. Now, 𝗵𝗁, please intro yourself. Tell us more about yourself. And once you're ready, let us know when we can turn on the time and we can get started.
All right. Thank you so much for the invitation, Nick. Your webinars are always awesome. So I'm going to share my screen, and I've got an introduction slide in the screen itself. So I've been working in the Asia sourcing industry for over 24 years. And I worked in India, Philippines. I was in China for 10 years, then Singapore. And then 3 years ago, I moved back to India. I'm the co-founder of India Sourcing Network, India Sourcing Trip. We also source in Vietnam and also in China. And with our sourcing agency, we basically help global importers source products from India. And of course, a lot of our clients are Amazon e-commerce sellers, but we also cater to all types of importers, including distributors, retailers, brands. We also organize India Sourcing Trip. This is an in-person 8-day tour to India where we teach you how to source from India. We also take you to trade shows, and there's a lot of education involved as well. So we can start the timer now, Nick.
Okay, let's start then.
Okay, so my hack today is about negotiation. And of course, price is a very important aspect of negotiation, but I'm also going to talk about other aspects. And I'm basically going to talk about something that people really miss when they negotiate. They just dive into negotiating immediately without really preparing. But what I want you to remember is there's this 80-20 of negotiation, and successful negotiations are really based on preparation. So 80% of your time should be spent on preparing for the negotiation, and then only 20% is the actual negotiation process, whether it's by email, phone, WhatsApp, in person, doesn't really matter. But a lot of the time should be spent in preparing for the negotiation. And now, how do you do that? So first of all, how to prepare for a negotiation. The first thing that you need to do is think about your desired outcomes. Like, what exactly do you want from this deal that you're making with this supplier? Of course, the most important thing is price. Like, what is the maximum price that you're going to expect, accept from the supplier? What are the payment terms? Now, this is really important. And, this structure works for long-term deals and more high-value orders. So it's not something that, if you're placing like a one-time order worth $5,000, they're probably not worth the effort to do all of this. But if it's, let's say, it's a $20,000 order and it's going to be like a 1-year contract, or it's an ongoing relationship that you're building with the supplier, then this approach really makes sense. So payment terms are really important. How much advance are you willing to pay the supplier? And then how much are you going to pay on delivery, on inspection? So this is something that's very important. Typically people would just say, 30-70 or 50-50. But then even with 30-70, first of all, you can do 30-30-40. You can do that. or you can even get credit from the suppliers, especially after 2 or 3 or 4 orders. So that's something that you want to think about before you start negotiating. Do you want terms from the supplier, and at what point? Lead times are really important as well, and quality standards, of course. So you need to really understand your product, understand what are the quality requirements and standards of your customers, and then define those really, really clearly before you start negotiating. Penalties for quality issues. So this is quite important because what happens in case the supplier is not able to meet your quality standards, or if there's an issue once the product reaches the destination and start selling. So you've got to have those clauses, and you've got to be prepared for the worst case scenario right when you start negotiating. Penalties for delays. Now, this unfortunately does happen in India. There are a lot of delays. A lot of the companies are small, mid-sized companies, and there are a lot of moving parts. So delays do happen in India. So if you are sourcing from India, do prepare for delays and make sure that you have penalties for delays in your contract. Then, of course, get quotes from multiple suppliers so that you are really aware of what the benchmark pricing is in your industry for that specific product. And don't start negotiating with the first supplier that you kind of get prices with. Most importantly, be clear about your product specs and what exactly you want, so that and have a breakdown of all the materials and components and all of the different things. Have a very clear breakdown of that, and if possible, get the supplier to quote based on the specific components, like the key components of the product. Suppliers will sometimes hesitate to do that because they don't want to be very open about their pricing structure as such. But if you push for it, and especially if you have leverage in terms of large orders, they're more willing to do it. The second thing that you need to prepare is you need to understand what drives the supplier, so that you can use these levers during the negotiating process. So, before, when you start engaging with the supplier, have multiple calls with them, understand their perspective. And of course, if you can visit the factory, that is the best thing that you can do. And negotiating becomes so much easier if you visit in person, because that really signals the supplier that, yes, you're really serious about this business. And, it's a long-term kind of business that they are looking at. Do they want to explore new markets? This is actually really important, because a lot of suppliers are, maybe focused on the domestic market, or they're only exporting to one market, and they want to expand their exports. Recently, we were talking to this one really large company in India that's only focused on the domestic market. They export to the US and a couple of European countries, but they weren't exporting to Australia. So we had an Australian client, and that really excited the supplier. They're like, okay, we want to get this deal.
Megwa,
Yeah.
30 seconds left. Sorry about that.
Okay. Do they value long-term business? And also, can you bring improvements in their production and QC process? So think about what really drives the supplier. Okay, then finally, negotiate 20%. First, negotiate the basics, price, delivery, QC standards. Prepare a very detailed contract with a lawyer with your desired outcomes, and always include some buffer for the supplier to negotiate. For example, if your delivery lead time is 45 days, maybe mention 30 days in the contract. And then let the supplier push back on items and go back and forth with the supplier to negotiate. Enjoy the negotiating game. The rewards are really awesome. There are plenty of savings. Thank you so much. Nick,
Thank you,
back to you.
Megwa. Time is up. So thanks again. Your exit negotiation is a lot of fun. I've been selling, buying since I remember, so this is the most fun. Okay, so everyone, this is number 8, Megwa Bhardwaj. Did I say it right? Hack
Yes.
to negotiate lower prices when sourcing from India. So write down number 8, and then we can go to next one. So apologize, guys. We're gonna move the schedule a little bit. Next, we're gonna go with Amy with number 12. So next one will be Amy with number 12. How to hire the face of your brand and save tons of money on influencers. So that's number 12. So Amy, please tell more, do a quick intro about yourself, and once ready, let know, and you can start the time for your hack.
Okay, let me share my screen and let's get to it. I'm gonna click this present button. So hello everybody, I'm Amy 𝗬𝗓. I am the founder of Amazing at Home e-commerce consulting. We are TikTok and Amazon partners, And I have been selling since 2007 myself. I invented a product. I'm a 7-figure seller, exited my brand last year, inventor and patent holder, product development and sourcing expert. And I've also founded multiple trade shows around the world. So I own the only multi-category trade shows in the Middle East and Latin America. And I'm a marketing guru. I love marketing. You guys have probably heard me speak about that at different events. I have a military background, spent 20 years in the United States Air Force, and I've helped thousands of brands launch. And let's get to it. Oh, wait, before that, let's cover this. I'm going to actually go to China next month. So if you'd like to join me at the Canton Fair, we do have a trip going out. So you can visit amazingathome.com/China if you'd like to join us. So that being said, let's talk about what we're here to talk about today, the 5-minute hack. So
Okay,
how do you
let's go.
hire the face of your brand and save a ton of money on influencers? So let's start that 5-minute timer, Nick. So you might have hired influencers before, and you might have struggled with ROI. You didn't get you got inconsistent results, right? They might have posted a video, you didn't really see any results from that. It's really hard to track, and it's not consistent. Every influencer creates different videos. Sometimes it's actually bad for your brand when you hire an influencer and they create a video. So what is the solution? Actually hiring a dedicated brand face or multiple dedicated brand faces. You can hire one person to consistently represent your brand, someone who can create high quality on-brand content week after week. And this is not a new concept. You know, I used to sell Mary Kay when I was like 19 years old. I sold Mary Kay. We have the Avon ladies. We have people, they want to work from home. They want opportunities to work with brands. They want to be able to earn a little money. And so this is not a new concept. You can hire and train someone for as low as $10 an hour. I'm going to show you how I have done this. So some real world success stories on TikTok. This is a screenshot from Halo Data, which is software. It's like the helium-10 of TikTok, right? And so many brands, you can see this particular brand, Simply Mandy's, they have earned in the last 30 days, $838,000 in revenue from their own accounts and $400,000 from affiliates. So consistently, brands that create their own content are earning far more than brands that are just reaching out to affiliates and not doing their own content. You might not want to be the face of your brand, so you can hire one. So how do you do it? First, you just create a job description with AI. You tell AI to draft the job listing. You tell it about your brand, give it a website, you know, whatever. Say, hey, I want to hire somebody to do this for me. And so I'm going to show you a quick example of what a job description would look like. Social media content creator and brand representative, part-time growth opportunity, remote, people love remote work, hours, part-time, 20 hours a week, compensation, $10 to $20 an hour based on experience, plus potential for sales commissions. And you just kind of explain what it's all about. And you also explain that you provide training and mentorship to help you master content creation, all of those kinds of things. You give some key responsibilities, you talk about what you're looking for, and then you have them apply for the job. So you can adjust this as needed. Then you post your job on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the easiest way to get great candidates. You can post for free. You just click the little job button and you get up to 50 candidates very, very quickly. Now, remember that on LinkedIn, they're just going to submit their resume. So they might not actually submit a video. So you'll need to follow up and with all those qualified candidates and ask them to follow step 2 of the process, which was to submit a video so that you can actually look at how do they do when talking in front of the camera. Then you're going to review those videos that you get. You're going to watch those submissions, and then you'll set up follow-up interviews to explain the job details, expectation, the training process. You're going to give them a 1-month trial period. And we just go over this step by step with them and explain what their first tasks are. And then you're going to train them and develop their skills. So you can use FastMoss or other like content analysis tools to find really, really great videos. You can export the script from those videos in those tools. You can feed that into AI and tell AI about your brand. And now AI will give you back great scripts and ideas for your own brand. So this is a really great way to do this. You can train your brand face to do the same. And so in the beginning, you have them submit script ideas and videos to you. You don't have them submitted on your channels yet. You have them submit it to you, and then you can post on your channels. Once
Amy,
they are
1
good,
minute left.
okay, great. Once they're good at what they're doing, you know, they've made it past that first month of content posting for you, you can then increase their salary. You can give them commissions on their sales. It's very easy to track commissions on both Amazon Live as well as TikTok. And then you can actually have them start liaisoning with other influencers, giving them brand ideas, scripts, all that kind of stuff. And you can train them then to hire and onboard new brand faces as needed. The benefits, you're going to get consistent content. You're going to save money on expensive influencers. You're going to have in-house control over your brand's messaging, and you're going to get long-term partnerships versus one-off influencer deals. If you need help with this, you can go over to amazingathome.com/brand face. This is something we can actually hire and train your brand faces for you. So you can visit that page and fill out our little form there, and we'll get in contact with you. If you need TikTok services, you can visit this. And if you want us to do a free review of your product for TikTok, go ahead and go to amazingathome.com/TikTok-review, and we'd be happy to look at it for you. And you can always connect with me on LinkedIn or Facebook or Amazon or wherever. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy. So everyone, this is number 12, not 13, 12, Amy, with how to hire the face of your brand and save tons of money on influencers. So write down the hack number if you like it, and you can vote for it in probably 20, 30 minutes max. So thanks again, Amy. I know that you actually had the hard stop. So now we go to number 13, and then we're gonna go to the order again. So number 13 is Ritu Java, Amazon autocomplete magic. So Ritu, please intro yourself. Once ready,
Yes.
let me know and we can turn the timer on.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. All right, okay. Yeah, hi everyone. So I am going to be talking about the autocomplete bar on the Amazon search results page. And there's a lot of golden information hidden in these autocompletes. Back in the day, we used to kind of try and simulate, start typing something and then it would complete something. And those were like valuable inputs for us to be able to kind of do PPC or, place those important phrases in, our title. So there's a way to get that information out fairly easily. So I'll be talking about that today. Before that, a quick intro to myself. I created the PPC Ninja agency 7 years ago. We serve 7, 8, and 9-figure sellers. 15 years of experience in the e-commerce industry. I've trained more than 500 people on Amazon advertising. I also have my own e-commerce AI for e-commerce newsletter with 2,500 subscribers, and I was voted #1 best speaker at $1 Billion Seller Summit. All right, so quickly about our core services. PPC Ninja offers Amazon ads, Amazon DSP, Walmart ads, AI and Rufus listing optimization, AI video creatives, and AI creative design. And these are some of the verticals that we work with. All right, so I'm ready for the timer, Nick.
Okay, let's go then. Let's start.
All right, okay. All right, so then, as I was saying, there's a lot of great information hidden in the Amazon autocomplete. And so what I want to do is I want to extract this information out easily because it's, a lot of manual labor to kind of go in, type something out, and then extract it or do whatever. So what I did was I used AI. I created a little code with the help of Rufus. So in Rufus, Claude, sorry, I got my terms mixed up. So go into Claude and then just say that you want to create a bookmarklet to scrape Amazon's autocomplete. Now, at the end of this, I'm also going to give you the code away, but just follow along with the steps. So first, I ask Claude to create the bookmarklet. It gives me some code, which I then place in a very important spot. So when you go into your Chrome browser, when you right click, you can actually create bookmarks. And a bookmark is just a quick way of going to a destination page, like a URL, right? But what most people don't know is that the URL bar can actually be used to hide code. And that's where the magic is. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how you work it. You basically add a page, and then here, when it says what your bookmark is, you want to give it some short name, easy to remember, short, doesn't take too much space. And then you will put that code that you got from Claude into here. It starts with JavaScript : All right, so that's basically it. That's all that you need to kind of extract anything on that page. I'm just showing you autocomplete, but there's so many different things you can extract out of the Amazon page. So here's a demo. So let me just go into this page. So I would like to actually start, if you can see here is the shimmer foundation. I want to get these out from here, right? So what I'll do is I'll just click on my little bookmarklet, which I created previously, and here it is. Like, it's given me the whole thing, just extracted it, and I can just copy to clipboard and then just close it, right? So that's the first part. Like, it's it did it once, that's great. What if you want to do this multiple times? That's more fun, right? It's no fun to just having to type your word and then extracting just that. You can actually do that as well. So if you tell that to Claude, hey, I also want the user input on what they want to search for, it's going to give you a better code, which will also have an input box. So let's see that in action. So here it is. I click on my bookmark, and it's already pre-populated like 5 different keywords separated by commas. This is just an example. So I'll just go ahead and click on that. So as you can see, I'm hands-free. I'm not typing this. I'm not extracting it. Everything is being done by this little bookmark, and it is just extracting all these, autocomplete keywords right here. So now I'm ready to just copy this to clipboard, and then I'm done. Well, I just did this for 5. You can do it for as many as you like, right? This autocomplete input, you can just put in a comma separated list of all of your seed keywords, and then just let it do its magic, and then just copy that to clipboard, which is kind of very cool because you can get this done in like a few seconds versus maybe several minutes or whatever. So that's basically the hack. Now let me just give you the code also, because you may not want to mess with code, but here's the code. And when you click on this, it's actually going to take you to this page, and here it explains what this thing is all about, how to use it, exactly the code, the JavaScript code, and where to put it, etc. Right? So I'll just show it to you for another second in case you want to take it. And while that's happening, I'll also show you how the bookmark was created. So if you look here, and if I say edit, you can see I called it AutoC with input, and this is where I placed this long code that was given to me by Claude. And then, yeah, so basically that's it. Now I can also show you my Claude. Looks like I do have a little bit of time, so I can show you my bookmark.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
30 seconds? Okay. Yeah, so basically this is my Claude interaction, and this is where it gives me the code, right? And so I basically copied it from here and placed it in the bookmarklet on my browser. So that's it. And I also have an AI for e-commerce weekly newsletter in case you're interested. We are up to 2,500 subscribers at the moment, welcoming more. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rito. So everyone, this is number 13, my favorite number. I used to be number 13 in school. Rito, Java, Amazon, autocomplete magic. So write down the number of the hack, and if you want, you'll be ready to vote in a few minutes. And now we go again back to the regular order. So now we go back to the next one, number 9, Neha, Bhuchar, free hack to find max CPC for each product. A very interesting hack. So Neha, thanks for waiting. Please introduce yourself. Tell us how is weather in New York, and once ready, intro yourself, and let's start with the hack.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm Neha Bhuchar. I'll tell you why I like this webinar the most, because Nick gives us time to brag about ourselves. I never get to do that. So I actually have a slide just for this presentation where I get to brag about myself. So thank you, Nick.
Welcome.
All right. Hi, everyone. I am Neha Bhuchar. I am the co-founder of Atom11. We are an Amazon automation company. We were winners at Beyond the Funnel Award last year at Amazon Partner Awards. I am ex-Amazon advertising. I worked with Amazon ads for over 6 years. I've done Amazon ad sales. I've done Amazon Prime Video ads, I've built that product as a product manager, and I've also led account management teams. I am a domain expert in the Amazon ad space. I love everything about Amazon ads. So that's a little bit about me. I am ready for the clock, Nick.
Okay, let's start then.
Awesome. Oh, well, I don't know if this is going to be counted, but well, yeah, super excited to be here at the Women All Stars. And if you are looking for me, I'm right here. Cool. So let's get started with the hack. The problem that I'm going to be talking about is how to maintain target ACoS. So as a seller, you're always looking at either maintaining a target ACoS or a target total ACoS. Why this number keeps changing is because if you may have multiple product categories where each product is basically a different AOV, it has a different conversion number, so you will probably need to set up different target ACoS for different product categories. Or if your target ACoS is changing by the month, right, or by the time, for example, there's a Prime Day event, you have a different target ACoS, or according to seasonality, you have a different target ACoS. So your target ACoS might keep changing. And so you're probably always looking at, okay, how do I ensure that now that my target ACoS is X versus the Y earlier, how do I optimize my campaigns or bid manage my campaigns? And the last one could be conversion changing. So you're making changes to your product listings, your product images, or just changes on your reviews, like we talked about today. Your conversion rate changes, that gets impacted, right? That also ensures that also ends up changing your target ACoS goals. Now, when your target ACoS is changing so much, how do you ensure that you're optimizing on time? So today, what we're going to be talking about is how to calculate the maximum CPC that you should be having so that you can get to your target ACoS faster. So the formula for calculating your maximum CPC is this: conversion percentage into AOV into target ACoS. So for example, if your target ACoS is 40% and your AOV is about $60 and your conversion is about 10%, then your maximum CPC is $2.4. Now, this, I cannot imagine you doing this for like 100 product categories that you have. So what we did was we actually created a small calculator where you can literally add these 3 parameters, and I'll be talking about a little more flexibilities that we have. Just add these 3 parameters and the program itself will just calculate your target CPC and give it to you. Let's just see it in action. So for example, I'll go to the calculator, I'll say 40% target ACoS for one of my product categories, $60 of average order value and a 10% conversion rate. It will tell you that your maximum cost per click should not go beyond $2.4. And it will not just that, it'll also tell you or give you a little bit of a range as to what happens if your CPC is slightly higher or slightly lower than this, like what will be the ACoS that you will end up at. Now, the beauty of the tool is that not just for target ACoS, sometimes if you have total ACoS, the tacos targets, or if you're a CPG company, then you have target cost per acquisition, then you can also use those to actually calculate the maximum CPC. One point that I would want to make here is that maximum CPC doesn't mean that all your keywords need to be at a bid lower than this number. It just means that on an average, you should not go beyond this CPC. So when you're optimizing, it becomes super easy to just go and see, okay, show me all the keywords which are higher than this CPC. And then I will take a decision whether I need to optimize those or I'm okay with those because those are must-win keywords. So that's it. And now I'm going to actually give you the link to the tool. So if you go to atom11.co/tools, you will see a lot of other tools, but this one too, which is the max CPC calculator. And if I have time, I can actually show you that tool right now. So I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second.
You have
How
1
much time
minute
do you have?
left. Yeah, 1 minute left,
Okay.
Neha.
Well, I thought that I'm going to win the quickest. I don't know if there's an award for that, but at least the quickest hack.
Oh, you're
But
not. You're not. You might win the everything, but not the quickest. So you can
all
go
right.
ahead. 1 minute. You have 1 minute.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, guys. So this is the tool here, calculator.app. So I mean, if you go to the link, yeah, this is the calculator. You will find it on our website. Resources, free tools. When you come here, you can actually use this calculator for either by target ACOS or by target total ACOS or by CPA target. So you just add in your numbers and you can calculate for as many product categories as you want or time. That's it. That's my hack. Thank you so much. On time.
Exactly, Neha. 5 minutes. 5 minutes sharp. So that was number 9, Neha Bhuchar. Free hack to find max CPC for each product. So write down the number of the hack, and if you like it, you can vote for it in a few minutes. And now we go to number 10. Leslie Hensel. Leslie is gonna share the following hack. It's coming from the inside the house, securing your Amazon account in 2025. So Leslie, please introduce yourself, and once you're ready, let me know and we can turn the timer.
Hey everyone, so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me. My name's Leslie and I'm co-founder of Riverbend Consulting. And I'm going to share real quickly because I've got my little about me slide going here. Let's see. Let's make it go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so I've been an Amazon seller since 2010. And I'm one of those old school mommy sellers that I started selling on Amazon to solve a problem. I had a special needs kid that I had to homeschool for a few years, and so excited because that kiddo is about to graduate from college. So thank you, Amazon, for helping me do what I needed to do for him. I manage the client services team at Riverbend. We have about 75 employees, a bunch of them ex-Amazon. We help people with things like account suspensions and ASIN suspensions. So that's why I'm talking about maybe the least sexy topic for today. I don't know how hackalicious most of you consider this. So if we want to start the timer, let's get going on this. It's coming from inside the house is my topic, because a lot of times when you have problems with an account and account security, it's actually coming from people that work on your account, including yourself. But the reason this is important, even though we're not talking about more revenue and we're not talking about new products and exciting things like that, if someone hacks your account and gets in there and cleans out all of your cash, and you don't have access anymore, and Amazon doesn't help you get access again, your Amazon business is over. And y'all would be stunned at the number of times that I have seen this happen to sellers, and the number of sellers who reach out to our company saying this has happened to them. So let's make sure today this never happens to you. So I'm going to give you quick, actionable things you can do like right now or as soon as this is over to protect your account. Hackers and account spoofs are really dangerous. They are out to get you. They want to get in your account. They change your account details. And they, as my kids would say, yeet your funds. They take your money. So if your account is ever hacked, you need to get help really fast before they take the money, because once it's gone, it is gone. So how do we prevent this from ever happening to your business? And y'all, it does not matter if you're big or you're small or what category. There are people looking for victims. So what we need to do is make sure that we protect the house. You need bulletproof logins. You cannot use, the street that you grew up on as your password. Do not allow login sharing on your team. Every employee or contractor, VA, service provider needs their own login and permission set for the account. It's really tempting to use the 2FA. Some people don't turn on 2FA. Amazon was supposed to force it. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way. You need two-factor authentication, but don't use where they text you. because phone numbers can be spoofed. And if someone puts a keystroke tracker on your computer, they can actually spoof your phone number and steal your login that way. Use the Authenticator app. When employees leave, delete their access right away. Make this part of your SOP. And the worst part, change your passwords every 3 months at a minimum on a schedule. Like, put it in your calendar. Today is the day you change your password. I love using LastPass because that way I can have long, complicated passwords and I don't have to remember them. Now here's the tougher stuff. Don't fall for phishers. Now, I know everyone on this call knows what phishing scams are, but some of your VAs and employees may not know. They may not understand. People send emails that look like they're from Amazon and they click that link. You really have to train assistants, VAs, everyone to never click the link in those phishing emails. Now, here's one. If you have multiple accounts or you're an agency type person who manages accounts
Leslie,
for friends.
1 minute left. 1 minute
Okay.
left.
Don't use the picker. You know, the drop down thing where you can go from account to account? Do not use the picker. It is dangerous, trust me. And never, ever use the buyer account that is the login for your seller account. You need to not have an active payment method on file for your buyer account. So here's our quickie little checklist for today. Change your passwords. Create a schedule that you're going to change them in the future every 3 months. Delete everyone that shouldn't have access to your account that is in there. Add the two-factor authentication with the Authenticator app, and delete any active credit cards from your buyer accounts. If you take these 4 steps today, your account will be safer for the rest of this year.
Okay, great, Leslie. I'm 100% sure that a lot of people don't know about this stuff, to be honest. So great hack again, and that was exactly 5 minutes. So everyone, this is number 10, Leslie Hensel. It's coming from inside the house, securing your Amazon account in 2025. And we know from previous hack series that you don't want to get in trouble. I mean, that's a mess. I mean, so thank you again, Leslie. That's number 10. Write down the hack and you'll be able to vote in a few minutes. So now we go to number 11, Anna Davidson, using AI for finding profitable products. So Anna, please introduce yourself, and once ready, I'm gonna turn on the timer.
Hi everyone. I think we need a bit of an exercise routine to break this up, and while we've all been sat here waiting for the hacks. But lovely to be here. It's great to be here from the UK. For any of you that are based over in the UK and Europe, I'm just going to get my slides quickly ready. I'm a little bit like Leslie. I came into the Amazon space when I had my youngest, who's 18 this year, so it's making me feel old. But let me just quickly get my slide deck ready so we don't waste the 5 minutes. Because as Nick said, I'm going to be sharing how you can use AI to identify products, profitable products. And of course, we're in this world of AI, aren't we? And we can use AI in so many different ways these days. So as I say, I'm Anna. I've been in the e-commerce space since 2012. Launched my first product, and it took me 6 months to find that product because I was umming and ahhing and over-analysing. So now that we have AI, it's going to definitely save us time. I'm the founder of the Amazon 101 Academy, and I've recently set up 𝗕𝗵𝗄𝗏 Lab, which is a platform with lots of learning tools of how to sell on Amazon and other platforms such as Etsy and TikTok, etc. I've been featured in Forbes, launched loads of different brands, mainly in the beauty and health and personal care space. And I'm also a multi-best-selling author. So that's me done. Let's start the clock, Nick.
Okay, let's go, Anna.
Here's my 5 minutes. So we know that finding products is definitely the number one thing to do to begin with, because a lot of businesses fail by choosing the wrong products. So it's important to get it right. And as I say, it took me quite a long time when I was a beginner. Finding a winning product with using AI can save us a shed load of time. And there's so many different apps these days. You know, it all started with ChatGPT, but we've got so many different apps that use AI, and it just helps us with a time perspective. But it's really, really important on the strategy, and that's what I'm going to focus on in my hack, because it's all about the prompts. because we all know that we haven't really got a crystal ball. We've got tools such as Helium 10, Jungle Scout, Data Dive, the list goes on, but we need a kind of strategy to be able to really predict trends. So there's 3 parts to this hack. The first one is all about trend analysis. So I've often used Google Trends in the past, but now we can use, as this example, using AI to help us with things like Google Trends or exploding topics. So if you can input keywords related to the particular niche that you're looking at, you can then use AI predictions to identify growing search volume for patterns. And so you can focus on products with upward trends. But the tip here is not to kind of look for short seasonal spikes, look for predictions long term. So I'm going to give you an example. I don't know if anyone saw this on TikTok a while ago. The weighted hula hoops. So things like this, you can predict by the keywords that you're putting into AI to show these steady growths, not these short-term spikes like, Christmas products. So it gives you an insight as well as looking at those platforms like Google Trends. Another way or another strategy is if you've used anything like Monkey Learn or some of these other types of AI tools, what these do is they analyze customer reviews. And you'll see that things like Jungle Scout these days also can analyze the reviews on Amazon. But looking outside of that on things like Reddit threads or TikTok comments, you can analyze what the problems are with certain products that are pretty good out there. So, for example, I was looking at this a while ago, actually, that, vitamin C serums are great for anti-aging, but they've got a lot of oily textures. So if you could then see from, tips like looking at what customers are saying, like I wish, or I hate, or I love, you can find how you could improve that product. So, for example, if you could source that product that was, lightweight, fast absorbing, it wasn't so oily, you're then going to have that differentiation to stand out from the competition. So AI can dig into these customer conversations using things like Monkey Learn. Then my other one is looking at stock levels. So even with ChatGPT, with things like Data Robot or Python, you can collect data from sales on Amazon, as well as looking at training like your own GPT to predict which product categories are going to surge ahead of time. So these are all what I mean about predicting and like having that kind of crystal ball insight, especially for Q4, because we know how big Q4 can be. So if we can analyze, like, for example, pasta colored planners, they did really, really well. And if we could predict that beforehand, then we know exactly the amount of inventory to have. And I know some of you may have had products in the past where you've launched over Christmas and thought, damn, I wish I'd had more stock than that because you've run out over Black Friday and you haven't got
Anna, 1 minute left.
You haven't got time to get any more stock levels. So it's a great way to predict stock levels ahead of time. And that's my last one. And with these different strategies, I've in the past identified a trending product that made me 22% more profit than my other types of products. So let's make AI work for us. And if your next bestseller is just one AI query away. So if you want to connect with me, I've got loads of freebies on my socials, LinkedIn included too. I noticed that I've not got the icon on there. And I've got a 7-day free trial as part of my membership if you want to get close to me and speak to me on a regular basis. So thanks ever so much, Nick. That's my hack.
Okay, thanks, Anna. So this is, let me just check out the number because I got confused from the shuffling. So that's number 11, Anna Davidson, using AI for finding profitable products. So write down the number. You have 2 more hacks and you will be able to vote. So now we go to number 14, Larisa Herbai, boosting PPC ROI, optimizing wall converting keywords in minutes. So Larisa, please introduce yourself, what you guys are doing, and once you're ready, let me know and we can turn on the timer for your hack. Larisa, you're muted if you're talking. Hey, Larisa, are you here? Okay. We cannot hear you.
Now?
Okay, no, yeah, no, now I can hear you.
That's perfect. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay, guys, can you see my screen? Hi, everyone.
Yeah, let me see. Yes, I can see your screen.
That's perfect. So I'm Larisa Herbai. I'm an IT engineer at my background and my core with a master's degree in marketing and business administration. And also now I'm here as the co-founder and CMO at 𝗕𝗏𝗏. I'm very happy to be with all the superstars here. And yeah, thank you, Nick, for organizing this and giving us the opportunity to be all here today. At
Welcome.
𝗕𝗏𝗏, we are SPN approved. We help brands succeed on Amazon, and we've worked with more than 4,000 businesses, helping them boost visibility, increase sales, and rank higher through PPC strategies and organic ranking strategies. This is kind of all. You can start the timing.
Okay, let's go then. Let's start.
So today I will be sharing a quick and easy hack to help Amazon sellers optimize their PPC campaigns. In just a few steps, I'll show you how to filter and structure the PPC keywords based on search volume using just two simple tools like the advertising console and the magnet by Helium-10. Yeah. Let's dive into the actual how to do it. So what we are going to do today is it's logging into the advertising console, because here we have like all the targeted keywords for every product we advertise, and we need to start by creating two simple filters. We filter by campaigns to see only specific campaigns related to a specific product, and by ad groups to refine our keyword selection even further. This will ensure that we're looking at the most relevant data, making very informed decisions. Of course, when talking about PPC campaigns monitored by people and not tools, which is our case because we are managing everything with actual campaign managers, it's very important to have a clear and easy to follow name convention for the campaigns that will help you identify products easily and work with the data. Now, the next filter is for the targeting type. All the three match types needs to be selected because we want to analyze and optimize based on search volume, and we need all the keywords for a respective product. Okay, the next step is to select a 3-month period, so you have as much available data as possible. And of course, if you have more data, you can go through this process for all the targeted keywords that you have and filter them out. Then we are going to export them in an Excel file format. As a next step, you need to be aware that there will be a lot of duplicates out there. They will appear in exact match, phrase match, and broad match, meaning that you need to filter them even further. So what we actually do, we clean it up. We go to the target column in the Excel and select the data cleanup, select remove duplicates. You proceed with this, and now you will have like a refined list of unique targeted keywords per product. The next step is to analyze the search volume. It's very simple. Now we rely on Helium-10, our partner in this. We just copy our clean keyword list and paste it into the magnet. Unfortunately, magnet allows only 200 keywords per entry, but if you have more, that's not a problem. You just process them in batches, and magnet will generate the search volume for each keyword. There will be like two categories, keywords with search volume.
that are worth keeping and optimizing further in the PPC, and keywords with zero search volume. If there are keywords with zero search volume in Magnet, that means that those keywords are at no use as of now to us, and we call them like, dead keywords. But even though we will be needing them in a separate list. We continue with filtering out the low-performing keywords and export our refined list from the magnet in CSV file. We have the...
There is 1 minute left.
Yeah, I will be wrapping up. After exporting the list, you will have what we call a final list, where you can search, you can filter them out by search volume. And now that you have the list, here the real strategy begins. You need to categorize them based on high volume keywords, medium volume keywords, low volume keywords, and also dead keywords. Yeah. Why does structuring keywords by search volume matters? Because in some PPC campaigns, some keywords eat up all the budget, leaving no room for others. Yeah, meanwhile, other keywords that could bring conversion never get a chance to perform. So distribute the budget wisely, and yeah, hope this helps. This is kind of all from my end. If you want to reach out to us, this is the email. We can definitely run an audit for you if you would like to see how we can improve things from our perspective in your PPC campaigns. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Larisa. So everyone, that was number 14, Larisa Herbai, boosting PPC ROI, optimize wall converting keywords in minutes. So that was the, we have one more hack to go, guys. So thanks, Larisa. And now we go to the last, but not the least. And you'll be surprised, but Shivali has to be the last. Usually people want to be the first. So let's see now what Shivali Patel has for us. Her hack is profitable data-driven strategies for women sellers. So really cool hack. So Shivali, please intro yourself, and once you're ready, tell me, let's go, and then we can start the timer.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to my 5/6 minutes, because I get to introduce myself. My session, as Nick said, is profitable data-driven strategies for women sellers, with everybody presenting 5-minute strategies. I'm wired. So if I talk fast, please bear with me, but I have a lot to throw at you guys. And a little bit about me, if you don't know me, I'm an Amazon seller since 2020. Senior brand evangelist at Helium10. I have multiple brands selling both physical and digital products. I occasionally get to co-host the most listened to podcast in the world for Amazon sellers. And I've spoken at numerous conferences worldwide with some of my amazing women that are on this webinar or have already spoken, including Larisa, who just went. I've taught thousands of sellers worldwide, and I'm hoping that today I get to teach you something new as well. Before I get into the strategy, just want to say that I know Nick's doing a 10x5, and I'm a bit ambitious, so I'm doing a 3x5, hence the fast pace. I'm ready to go, Nick.
Okay, let's go then. Let's start.
All right, so strategy number 1, say that you are analyzing sales and you're noticing an increase or a drop from month to month, or you know that summer's coming and you're trying to figure out, like, what the heck do I do to get the most out of this? Well, first of all, when you're seeing ranking changes, this might be due to keyword search volume, seasonality, right? You see certain things popping off. For example, bug spray, you're seeing that in April, you have maybe 48,000, and it's starting to spike month over month. By June, it's 200,000. And here we're taking a look at a coffin shelf, which is a product that goes from a really high bestsellers rank to a lower one. More often than not, these sorts of rises and falls are really tied to visibility ranking on important keywords, meaning that if you want your products to land on page 1 closer to the top, you're going to see those sales spike, versus where if you're ranking lower or on page 2, 3, it's going to be a little bit different. And so with the strategy number 1, I'm going to show you how you can track the moving pieces in just seconds and analyze it. If you go into Cerebro and you put in your ASIN of interest, competitor ASIN, or yours, you can do a monthly comparison, just toggle over, and then select whichever months you're interested in. This means if you want to forecast ahead, look back at last year, Or maybe this is your competitor and they're really moving some volume and you want to see what they're doing. You might end up finding out that they're dialing down in certain aspects and you might want to ramp up in PPC. Let me show you what I mean. So when you go in and put in a minimum for organic rank for 20, and then you want to see that the second month down has a organic rank somewhere between the top 10 positions, you're going to immediately find all of those keywords that are different between month 1 and month 2. Check this out, 165 organic rank in June, all the way up to 10. Now, if you're seeing this for your competitor products, can you imagine how you can utilize this information? These rankings are taking drastic dives up, but you can also see them taking drastic dives down. And this is going to be Helium 10's month-to-month historical keyword performance in Cerebro. It gives you so much amazing information. You can also access this via the historical trends button, which I'll show you in just a second. But by analyzing which keywords are gaining or losing traction, you can identify seasonal patterns and prepare your inventory and listing accordingly, spot the emerging trends, capitalize on them before your competitors, and then adjust your PPC budgets dynamically based on real data as opposed to assumptions. This is what I was talking about. You have historical trend. You can just click it and you'll see how you stack up and where those keyword types are really falling down. And then choose however many months, maybe compare 3 months instead of 2. You have these presets to go in if you don't want to like do the heavy lifting of figuring it out. Strategy number 2, you want to stand out. You want to be different. I get it. You want great profit margins. You should absolutely take a look at the standard things, meaning bundles, read the reviews, improve, textures, patterns, maybe the pricing, different tiers, images, right? Which one stands out here? We all know which one stands out. Here's where things get fun. Combine digital products with physical products. Okay, so you can go in, maybe do lessons. This will increase your perceived value, increase customer touch points. You can enhance the consumer experience, broaden your profit margins, and then later upsell. I've had a brand have 45 to 60% profit margins because of this. And that also gives you a lot of wiggle room. So when something happens, new fees hit, tariffs, right? You will be able to do a whole lot better with something like this. Think about pillars to a house. A home doesn't just stand on one leg, it needs a foundation. And so this is where maybe instead of just going wide or deep with products, you can expand, sure, into new marketplaces. You can also do something like this, which will allow you to not put all your eggs into one basket, but also leverage the amount of things that you can do with that one brand or with that one product. It's your safety net. You should always, regardless, shoot for over 100% ROI when you're doing profitability calculator. You can apply this to your niche. So maybe you want to do once a month lively sessions. You're not spending too much time in just trying to take care of the consumer and provide that positive experience, but it will give that tweak over for perceived value. All you really need, especially in this AI field, you have Helium 10 for sure, that's not AI, but Typeset, ChatGPT, these things are great. Canva lets you automate bulk social media posts through it, which is really, really cool. I use ChatGPT and Canva in conjunction. You can go in and with Zoom for live sessions, System.io is where I manage all my stuff. So just a lot that you can do and speed up all your processes and get more money out. You can also obviously use the digital product to boost external traffic via a leads
Shivali,
magnet.
1 minute left.
Perfect. Okay. Wrapping up. So you can also use it obviously as a leads magnet. Amazon freaking loves external traffic. You can win the offsite to win the onsite. Last one that I will throw at you really, really fast. I know it's a fire hose of information. Optimize your search query performance for maximum sales with the all new Helium 10 Search Query Analyzer. This is a tool that helps you see how well your products are doing on Amazon compared to what people are searching for. So it shows you how many times people saw your product, your impressions, and how many actually searched for that keyword. So search query performance, I'm not going to really dive into it, but gives you a lot of really great information. Like, for example, how many purchases overall were generated that keyword for a specific keyword, resulting in a sale within 24 hours. Why does this matter? Well, if your impressions are higher than your search volume, it means that your product's showing up more than once, organic and ads. But then if your impressions are lower than expected, you might be missing chances to sell more and see if you rank well. You can find this inside of tools underneath analytics. And the beauty about this is you can select multiple weeks as opposed to going through multiple reports inside of Seller Central. Just select the weeks you're interested in, and you'll have access to a whole bunch of really cool metrics that you can then
Shivali,
sort by.
time is up.
Perfect. All right. So that is it for me. If you guys want to stay in touch, this is my LinkedIn and a page for explaining search query performance, because I had a feeling this would happen, but hopefully you learned something.
Okay, thanks again, Shivali. So this is number 15, Shivali Patel, profitable data-driven strategies for women sellers. And now, guys, we're ready for the voting. So let me let me send the link so you guys can vote. And in the meantime, I'm gonna share again information about the sponsors. So right now I'm gonna paste the link with the poll for everybody to vote. So you guys have like 5 minutes. I'm gonna time the vote as well, so we don't vote forever. So you guys have 5 minutes. You should be able to see the poll in the chat to everyone. So you guys see that? Let me see. You guys should be voting already. I'm gonna go ahead and vote as well, and then I can share. Okay, let me see which was my favorite hack. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. Okay, do you guys see the link, by the way? Shivali, everyone?
Yes, we can see it.
Yep.
Okay, okay, guys. So you can go ahead and vote. In the meantime, I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna mention our great sponsors today. So everyone, thanks again to our sponsors now who made this webinar hack series possible. So I'm gonna jump to our main sponsor, hellotax, or the so-called expansion to 𝗵 by hellotax. So if any of you guys is not selling in Europe yet, keep in mind, I'm gonna give you a few stats. Only 99%, like 99% of US sellers are not selling in Europe. So Amazon USA is a 400 billion market. Europe is 100 billion market, and it grows even more than the USA year over year. Europeans are buying quality products, so we have the highest average order value. So quality products do very well. Profit margin is higher, PPC is cheaper, and then 1% of your competitors selling in the USA in the same categories are not here yet. You don't need to worry about the Chinese tariffs. You don't need to worry about the new placement fee. So it's a blue ocean opportunity. But before you even go there, we're gonna help you out to do like a marketing research. So just send us your Amazon store, and our partners are gonna let you know how much money you can make in Europe. Then once you see the opportunity, once we show you the money, we can help out with the VAT. It takes 3 months, product compliance, few weeks, logistics, and localization. You can get started in like by the end of Q2, and in Q4 you should be killing it already, because sellers which will expand to Europe, we've held probably 2,000 sellers to expand to Europe. They're adding 20-30% in Europe compared to what they do in the USA. Some of those partners, they're even doing more than they do in the USA, because in some categories there is no competitors. And then we go to our next sponsor, 𝗊𝗵𝗵 and Vincenzo Toscano. Here is their special offer for the 10x5 Amazon hack series. They can help you scale your brand and drive real growth on Amazon, Walmart, TikTok with strategic scaling and innovation. And they can also help out to expand Europe. So scan the QR code and you can get 25% off your first 3 months with them. Then we go to the next sponsor, Seller Drive Global. They are a partner in marketing creativity. They are a full-service digital commerce agency specializing in empowering brands to thrive across multiple platforms, including Amazon, Shopify, Walmart, and TikTok. So they can also help you to go omni-channel and international. So you can get in touch with them and get the 50% discount, which is in their new to Amazon service. And again, you can scan the QR code and you can get in touch with them. Next, our logistics partner, who is part of the expansion to EU, 𝗵, cross-border international logistics. So what they're giving away is a 10% off on their international shipping. They can help you ship your e-commerce products to UK and EU marketplaces with their logistics, and you can save up to 200 British pounds. Again, you can scan the QR code and you can use the CBL10 code to actually claim that. And then we go to our speaker and other sponsor, Dan Coleman from ecom trash. They help you turn negative reviews into growth with ecom trash. So they can help remove negative product reviews that violate terms of service on Amazon. They can help you monitor your catalog and detect critical issues. And again, they have a special offer for us. No onboarding fee, only pay for success. Again, you can scan the cool QR code with our logo about ecom hot sauce. And the last is my company, one of my companies, ecom hot sauce. That is our newsletter, which is going out to 30,000 sellers and ecom brands and subscribers. We have some cool stuff, totally free, with hacks, news, and all kind of stuff. So if you haven't subscribed, you're gonna get an email from us in the following days with the recording, and we're giving away the price for the top hack today took $2,000 for the best hack. And now let's go and see actually who won the hack. So let me see. Let me just refresh the poll. Okay. Okay, and guys, now let me see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let me refresh. So we have a winner, guys. That's number 10, Leslie Hensel. It's coming from inside the 𝗀𝗃 𝗀𝗃 Amazon account in 2025. So we cannot close the poll, but I'm gonna screenshot that because so nobody can claim. So second is actually Bridget so now with their Twist the List Amazon listing hack, the art of catalog twist, and number 4 is Larisa Herbai. So thank you everyone. That was the hack series today. Thank you for everyone staying till the end. It's 2 hours. I said it's gonna be 90 minutes, so but we never do it in 90 minutes. So if some of you actually had to jump out earlier, you guys will be able to watch the recording. Tomorrow we're gonna send out an email to everybody. So congratulations, Leslie. No, I liked your hack, and I scared everybody. The best way to actually help out people is either share a success story or a horror story. So you share the horror story, and nobody would like to do that. And I'm sure that many of them did not know that. So congrats again. Congrats to everybody winning. I'm glad that a woman founder won, not one of you guys, Bridge, Denan, Vincenzo. Thanks again for attending, promoting, and making this event happen. I hope you guys have a great conferences like in Brooklyn tomorrow, in Las Vegas next week, and we're gonna be back with another hack series in 2 months. This time it will be men and women founders now fighting for the best hack. So thanks again. Enjoy the evening, enjoy the day, everyone, and
Bye,
adios,
everybody.
muchachos.
Thank
For the votes.
Everyone.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye.